Hi ladies, my name is Sharda LaSala, and today I'm going to be making a video called Allow Children to Mold You and You Will Find Joy. Now, this is something that all mothers struggle with. On a daily basis, all mothers struggle with allowing children to mold us on a daily basis. And I am going to really give you my testimony of how letting go and letting my children mold my character as a mother is helping me to find genuine joy and peace in my spirit as a mother. Now, we live in a society where it is normal for us to fight against the tide of what's going on in our lives. We are constantly striving for complete control in every area of our lives. This is a sure recipe for disaster. It is a recipe for depression, frustration, anxiety, irritability, and I have experienced all of these things because I have a growing family and I'm actually pregnant with my fifth baby. I will show you. This is my bump. Right? And now that I'm having my fifth child, I have experienced a lot of genuine peace from God and genuine joy just watching my children develop and grow and relaxing into my feminine nature to let them mold me and having to understand their different their individuality and their different character traits. So every child is a little person, and you will find that there is no one way to fix anything. They're each they're like little people, they're individuals that come out of you, and you now have to figure out how to live with these little persons that are all different. A lot of the times we experience frustration because we try to at first, as especially new moms, we try to put a cookie cutter way of life onto our children. We want them all to do the same things. We want them all to react the same way, and that just isn't the case. Accepting their individuality and the fact that they're different and you will have to deal with them differently. Some may have strengths, some may have weaknesses. Acknowledging those strengths and acknowledging those weaknesses to yourself, not telling them their weaknesses, but encouraging their strengths and encouraging them as little people delivers us from that frustration that we experience as mothers. Another way that children mold us is in the department of patience. When I had a certain number of children, at first I had the twins, and those were two. I had two children at the same time. I experienced a lot of frustration and irritability because I did not allow them to teach me patience the way God wanted me to experience that. I wanted things to go my way or the highway. I did not have a strategic plan of any sort. I was just going through life and I was telling myself that life is just happening to me. Why? But when we come out of that state of victimhood as mothers and we realize that we are the woman of the house and that it's okay for us to embrace that and embrace being the woman of the house and really allowing things to run smoothly, letting go, releasing the control, and just keeping things in order like a manager would, we will experience genuine peace in our lives. What I do now is I allow the Holy Spirit to guide my day. When I get up, I pray the Lord's Prayer. It's very simple, it's not wordy, and I encourage you to really look into the words of that prayer because a lot of the times we say it and we don't understand what we're saying. We just say it because it's a pre-written prayer and we rush through it. We don't think about it. Every day I ask the Lord to give me my daily bread as a mother. And what that does is in the spirit, it provides me with everything I need to understand how to get through my day, my daily bread. The Lord is giving it to me. I believe that He will give it to me. And what I do is I practice staying, really listening to the voice of the Holy Spirit, not with my ears, but in my spirit. He leads you and guides you, that small, still voice. Now, if you don't know how to listen to the Lord, you'll have to practice for a bit. But for those mothers who have a good sense of their intuition, what we call motherly intuition or motherly consciousness, I do believe that is the Holy Spirit also, probably other names for the Holy Spirit, and I listen to that in anything that the Holy Spirit leads me to do. Sometimes I will sit down if I don't know, if I don't hear in my spirit what I have to do for the day. I will sit and I will wait. And I will say, Lord, what do you want me to do? And sometimes it'll come in my spirit what to do. You'll feel an urge to not a compelling feeling. It'll be a peaceful feeling. Oh, maybe you should do the dishes. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to do the dishes at that point, but try listening. Do the dishes anyway. And then you'll see things start to flow. Even when it doesn't make sense, it will flow. Sometimes what you do today will bless you tomorrow. And sometimes the things that you do in the afternoon will bless you in the morning the following day. Try to listen to this and let the Lord guide you in your daily activities as a mother. Another way you can allow your children to mold you is to really listen to them, to pay attention to who they really are and the things that they're doing. Let their lives teach you something about your life. Let their nature teach you something about your nature and your weaknesses. A lot of the times, children tend to bring out our weaknesses, and I feel that's a real blessing because then when we are caught in that moment and we get convicted of those weaknesses, we can now take those weaknesses and try to embrace change because now we have knowledge of what's really wrong with us. For example, our children may trigger us in some way. And I say trigger because a lot of the times we get upset when children do things that are really small things irritate us. And you need to pay attention to that. When those small things irritate you, it means that you're being triggered. Now you have to figure out, what is this that I'm feeling? Why do I feel triggered when this child says this to me or does this to me? And I'm not saying that you don't discipline your children. You do discipline your children, but you at the same time you're allowing whatever they do to you that affects you to perfect your own character. I hope that you get that, because it's very important. And that too will allow you to find greater peace and joy in your own life, and especially as you grow older and more experienced as a mother. After I really sat down and thought about all these ways children mold us and our character for us to find greater peace and joy in life, I really now understand what God meant when He said children are a blessing. It's not a shallow statement. It's not something that every mother will understand. In fact, the world teaches us otherwise, that children are a burden and they'll block you from living your dreams and all these things. And as mothers, we do tend to sacrifice a lot for our children, because they take love so much, and sometimes we feel depleted. But as mothers, we also learn to go to the source of love, to really nurture our own bodies and our own selves so that we can fill our tank up with love and we can not feel empty inside, and we can give to them when they need it. That is another topic for another time, ladies. We need to learn to nurture our bodies and ourselves. But for now, let's stick on this fact that all of this has brought me to a conclusion about what God meant when He said children are a blessing unto you. It's not just the fact that children make you laugh or they're funny or, it's not just the fact that you have little people running around. That's not what He meant exactly. When you think about the changes that come about from having children, and when you allow them to mold your character, when you perfect the way that you respond to them and understand them, and you let go of that control and you allow the Holy Spirit to lead you and guide you in the way that you react and respond and discipline your children, then is where you find the real blessing that children have in your life. So, with that being said, always allow your children to mold you, and trust me, you will find genuine joy and peace. Alright? Be blessed. Have a good day. And try implementing these points today. Bye.